The defiant edge. The vast emptiness of space stretched before Captain Maya Reyes as she stood on the bridge of the UES Defiant, humanity's most advanced warship and currently its only hope. The holographic display illuminated her face with an eerie blue glow, mapping out the massive alien formation approaching Earth's outer defense perimeter. 1,000 vessels, arranged in perfect geometric patterns that seemed to defy conventional tactical logic. Status report, Maya commanded, her voice steady despite the weight pressing on her shoulders. Commander Eli Chen looked up from his console. All systems nominal, Captain. Quantum shield at 100% capacity. Displacement drive ready for engagement. Crew at battle stations. Maya nodded, studying the approaching armada. The Defiant represented humanity's technological pinnacle, the culmination of decades of research and innovation. Built in secret within the asteroid belt, it incorporated experimental technology that had never been field-tested in actual combat. Until today. How long until they reach Neptune's orbit? Maya asked. Lieutenant Nadia Okafor at navigation responded promptly. Approximately 3 hours at their current velocity, Captain. They're maintaining formation without deviation. Maya turned to her first officer. Your assessment, Commander. Chen's expression remained carefully neutral, but his eyes betrayed concern. 1 ship against 1,000, Captain. Conventional tactics would suggest immediate retreat to rejoin Earth's defense fleet. And yet here we stand, Maya replied, her mouth forming a tight smile. Because conventional tactics won't save Earth today. Just 12 hours earlier, the massive alien fleet had appeared at the edge of the solar system, bypassing all early warning systems. Their first communication had been simple and chilling. Surrender or face extinction. They called themselves the Collective, a confederation of 17 species united under one will, one purpose: galactic domination. Maya activated the ship-wide comm. Attention all hands. By now you've all seen what we're facing. Command has given us a singular mission: to delay the enemy advance while Earth completes evacuation protocols and brings the planetary shield online. They've estimated we need to buy them at least 6 hours. She paused, letting the gravity of their situation sink in. We're going to give them 12. She could almost feel the mixture of fear and determination rippling through her crew of 200. Every person aboard had volunteered for this mission, knowing the odds. Dr. Kagawa, Maya called to the chief scientist who stood unobtrusively at the back of the bridge. Explain your theory again. I want everyone to understand exactly what advantage we might have. The elderly Japanese woman stepped forward, her movements deliberate. The collected vessels appear to use a form of quantum-linked propulsion and weapon systems. Their perfect formation isn't just for show, it's a necessity. Their ships function as nodes in a vast network, sharing energy and computational resources. And how does that help us? Asked Lieutenant Commander Oscar Rivera, weapons officer. Because quantum entanglement has inherent vulnerabilities, Dr. Kagawa replied. Our displacement drive operates on similar principles, but with a crucial modification. The Defiant can generate localized quantum field disruptions that should, in theory, temporarily sever their network connections. In theory, Chen muttered. It's more than theory, Maya interjected. The simulations were conclusive. We can't defeat their entire fleet, but we can disrupt their coordination, force them to fight as individuals rather than a collective entity. Maya returned to the tactical display. Set course to intercept at the outer boundary of Neptune's orbit. We'll make our stand there. The Defiant's engines hummed to life, propelling the sleek obsidian vessel toward humanity's last stand. As they approached the designated coordinates, Maya ordered the ship to power down all non-essential systems and maintain minimal energy signatures. They've detected us, Okafor reported. The forward section of their formation is breaking away, approximately 50 vessels moving to intercept. Maya nodded. As expected, they're sending a scouting force. Prepare the displacement drive, but hold fire until my command. The bridge crew worked in tense silence as the alien vessels approached. The design of the ships was unlike anything humanity had encountered before. Organic curves blended with crystalline structures that pulsed with internal light. "They're scanning us," reported Chen. "Multiple frequencies, very thorough." "Let them look," Maya replied. "Open a communication channel, all frequencies." The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a being that seemed more crystal than flesh. Its translucent body housed swirling colors that shifted and changed as it spoke, its voice a harmonic resonance translated by the ship's computer. "Human vessel, this is Nexus Commander Zrel of the Collective. Your resistance is illogical. Surrender now and your species will be assimilated with minimal casualties." Maya stood, facing the alien commander directly. "This is Captain Maya Rise of the United Earth Ship Defiant. You have entered sovereign human space without permission and threatened our homeworld. It is you who should surrender or withdraw immediately." The colors within the crystalline being pulsed more rapidly. "Your singular vessel against our armada represents a 0.001% probability of success. Your defiance lacks rational basis." "That's where you're wrong," Maya replied. "Humans have never been particularly rational when fighting for our survival. We've built our civilization on overcoming impossible odds. Your primitive biological instincts will not save you. Your technology is inadequate. We have observed your capabilities and found them wanting." Maya smiled. "Have you? I don't think you've seen everything we can do." She cut the transmission with a gesture and turned to her crew. "Battle stations, activate displacement drive on my mark." The alien vessels had formed a hemisphere around the Defiant, weapons charging with brilliant energy. "They're preparing to fire," Rivera reported. "Mark," Maya commanded. The Defiant's displacement drive engaged with a subsonic hum that resonated through the ship's structure. Space itself seemed to ripple around them as the vessel partially phased out of normal spacetime, creating a quantum distortion field that expanded outward in all directions. The effect on the alien vessels was immediate and dramatic. Their perfect formation faltered as ships suddenly lost connection with each other. Energy weapons discharged randomly, several striking their own vessels. The harmonious coordination that made them formidable dissolved into chaos. "It's working," Chen exclaimed, unable to maintain his stoic demeanor. "Their formation is breaking down." "Weapons hot," Maya ordered. "Target their command vessel and fire everything we've got." The Defiant's phase cannons lanced out, striking the largest alien ship. Under normal circumstances, their attack would have been insignificant against such a massive vessel, but the displacement field allowed their weapons to partially bypass the alien shields, striking vulnerable components directly. The command ship's crystalline surface fractured in multiple places, leaking atmosphere and energy into space. "Direct hit," Rivera confirmed. "Their shields couldn't fully stop our phased weapons." "They're regrouping," Okafor warned. "The remaining ships are adapting their formation." Maya had expected this. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers. Displacement drive to maximum coverage." The Defiant danced through space, its revolutionary drive allowing it to appear almost in multiple places simultaneously. The alien vessels struggled to target the human ship as it phased in and out of normal space, striking with precision before disappearing again. For nearly an hour, the Defiant engaged the advance force, destroying 12 enemy vessels and damaging many more. But the constant use of the displacement drive was taking its toll. "Drive efficiency dropping to 68%, reported Chief Engineer Torres over the comm. "The power requirements are exceeding our projections, Captain. We can't maintain this level of displacement much longer." As if sensing their vulnerability, the remainder of the alien fleet accelerated toward their position. "Captain," Chen said quietly, "the main fleet is advancing. At current speed, they'll reach Earth in 4 hours." Maya studied the tactical display. They had succeeded in delaying the advance force, but the main fleet was adapting, already modifying their quantum network to resist the Defiant's disruption field. "They're learning," Dr. Kagawa observed. Their network is becoming more resilient. Maya's mind raced through possibilities. They had proven the displacement technology worked, but not at the scale needed to confront the entire fleet. They needed something more. Dr. Kagawa, Maya said suddenly, you mentioned the collective uses quantum entanglement across their entire network. Could we use that against them more directly? The scientist's eyes widened slightly. You mean create a cascade failure? Theoretically, yes, but we would need to introduce a quantum virus into their core network node, their primary command ship. And how would we deliver this virus? We would need to get extremely close, practically inside their formation, and generate a modified displacement field calibrated specifically to their network frequency. Maya turned to Torres on the comm. Can we modify the drive to generate such a field? Yes, the engineer replied after a moment, but it would require rerouting power from all other systems, including life support and shields, and the drive itself would likely burn out after a single use. A heavy silence fell over the bridge as the implications became clear. It was a suicide mission. Maya looked at each member of her bridge crew. I won't order anyone to stay for what comes next. You all know what's at stake. Chen stepped forward. We all volunteered knowing this might be one way, Captain. Earth is depending on us. One by one, each officer nodded in agreement. Very well, Maya said, her voice firm with resolve. Set course for the heart of their fleet. It's time to show the collective what human defiance truly means. The Defiance engines flared to life, propelling the lone human vessel directly toward the center of the massive alien armada. Behind them, the outer planets of humanity's solar system bore silent witness to what might be the most audacious last stand in human history. Turning the tide. The Defiant surged forward, a solitary black arrow aimed at the heart of the collective fleet. On the bridge, Captain Maya Reyes monitored the tactical display as thousands of alien vessels adjusted their formation to intercept. They're creating a concave defense pattern, Commander Chen observed, trying to funnel us into a kill zone. Maya nodded. As expected, they still think conventionally, despite their advanced technology. She turned to Lieutenant Commander Rivera at weapons. Deploy our remaining probes according to pattern echo. Deploying now, Captain. Dozens of small, unmanned probes launched from the Defiant, scattering in all directions. Each carried a miniature version of the displacement drive, programmed to generate interference patterns across a wide area. Probes at optimal range, Rivera confirmed after several tense minutes. Activating displacement fields. Across a vast swath of space, the probes simultaneously generated quantum disruption fields. The effect was immediate. Hundreds of collective ships suddenly lost coordination, their perfect formations dissolving into disarray. It worked, Chen exclaimed. Multiple disruptions throughout their fleet. Don't celebrate yet, Maya cautioned. Watch their response. On the tactical display, the disruption initially seemed catastrophic for the alien fleet, but within minutes, adaptation began. The collective vessels reorganized into smaller, independent groups, each operating autonomously rather than relying on the centralized network. They're adapting, Dr. Kagawa noted, shifting to localized control networks rather than their centralized system. Ingenious, but predictable, Maya replied. Every networked intelligence eventually develops redundancies. Lieutenant Okafor, identify their new command structure. Okafor studied her sensors. I'm detecting 17 distinct groups, Captain. Each appears to be centered around a larger vessel, likely sub-commanders taking control of their individual species contingents. Maya smiled grimly. The collective is fracturing exactly as we hoped. Now for Phase 2. She opened a channel to engineering. Torres, status of the modified displacement drive. Modifications complete, Captain. The chief engineer responded. But I must reiterate, this will burn out the drive completely. We'll have no way to escape the blast radius. Understood. Stand by. Maya closed the channel and addressed her bridge crew. The collective has dominated through unity. When faced with disruption, they've reverted to species-based groupings, their natural instinct when the network fails. Now we exploit the divisions. She turned to communications. Lieutenant Park, broadcast on all frequencies, using the translation matrices we've compiled for each of the 17 species. Send different messages to each group. Park looked confused. Different messages, Captain. Yes. Tell each species that another is planning to betray the collective. Use their cultural contexts. Dr. Kagawa's team has analyzed enough of their communications to identify ancient rivalries and conflicts. Remind them of past grievances. Understanding dawned on the bridge crew's faces. It was psychological warfare on a grand scale. As the messages transmitted, the effect was subtle at first. Increased communication between vessels, slight adjustments in formation. Then, dramatically, weapons fire erupted between two groups of alien ships. It's working, Chen said incredulously. The crystalline faction is attacking the Nebula group. More conflicts broke out across the fleet as ancient suspicions, temporarily suppressed by the collective's forced unity, resurfaced under stress. Captain, Okafor called urgently. I'm detecting an unusual energy buildup in the center of their formation. Multiple ships are channeling power to a central point. The tactical display showed energy flowing between vessels, coalescing into a terrifying concentration. They're creating some kind of unified weapon, Rivera said, voice tense. Energy readings are off the charts. They're desperate, Maya realized. Their command structure is failing, so they're reverting to brute force, attempting to generate enough power to obliterate everything in the system, including us and Earth. Time to weapon completion, Maya demanded. Approximately 6 minutes, Okafor replied. Maya made her decision. Set course directly for the energy concentration point. Maximum speed. The Defiant rocketed forward, engines straining beyond safety parameters. Enemy fire intensified as they penetrated deeper into the alien formation, but most vessels were preoccupied with their internal conflicts or contributing power to the superweapon. Shield integrity at 42%. Chen reported as another hit rocked the ship. Multiple hull breaches on lower decks. Emergency teams responding. Maintain course, Maya ordered. Time to intercept. 3 minutes, 20 seconds, Okafor responded. Time to superweapon activation. 4 minutes, 5 seconds. Maya nodded. We'll make it. Barely. She opened a channel to engineering. Torres, prepare the modified displacement drive for manual detonation. I want to trigger it at the exact center of their energy concentration. Understood, Captain. It's ready. The Defiant plunged deeper into the heart of the enemy fleet, taking hit after hit, but never deviating from its course. The bridge shook violently as systems failed across the ship. Shield failure imminent, Chen reported. Hull integrity at 63% and falling. Maya activated the ship-wide comm. All hands. This is the captain. Prepare for emergency evacuation. Proceed to escape pods immediately. She looked at her bridge crew. That includes all of you. Chen stood firm. With respect, Captain, someone needs to pilot the ship to the target point. And someone needs to manually trigger the displacement field, Maya added. I'll handle both. The rest of you get to the escape pods. That's an order. One by one, the bridge crew reluctantly complied, though each paused to salute before leaving. Only Dr. Kagawa remained. You should go too, Doctor, Maya said. The elderly scientist shook her head. The displacement field will need precise calibration at the final moment. You cannot pilot and calibrate simultaneously. Her calm eyes met Maya's. Besides, I have lived a full life. These young ones still have much to experience. Maya nodded in understanding and gratitude. As escape pods launched from the Defiant, the ship continued its suicidal charge toward the center of the alien formation, where the superweapon continued to gather energy. 30 seconds to optimal position, Maya noted, hands dancing across the controls. The view screen showed they were now completely surrounded by enemy vessels, the concentration of energy ahead nearly blinding even with the screen's filters. "Fascinating," Dr. Kagawa remarked, making final adjustments to the displacement drive. "They've created a quantum singularity cascade. With their combined technology, they could have been builders instead of conquerors." 20 seconds. Maya counted down. The ship shuddered as its outer hull began to disintegrate under the intense energy radiating from the forming weapon. "Drive calibration complete," Kagawa announced. "Ready on your mark." 10 seconds. Maya opened a channel to Earth Defense Command. "Defiant to command. Mission accomplished. Superweapon neutralization imminent. Tell them we gave more than they asked for." 5 seconds. Maya looked at the elderly scientist, who offered a serene smile in return. "For Earth," Maya said. "For humanity," Kagawa replied. "Mark." Maya triggered the modified displacement drive as the Defiant reached the exact center of the energy concentration. The effect was instantaneous and catastrophic. The quantum disruption field expanded exponentially, amplified by the energy of the forming superweapon. A blinding flash erupted as space-time itself seemed to fold and twist. The quantum cascade tore through the collective fleet, ship after ship disappearing in the reality warping wave that expanded outward from the detonation point. Those vessels furthest from the center, primarily the ones that had already broken away due to the induced conflicts, survived, but were severely damaged. From the relative safety of the escape pods, the Defiant's crew watched in awe as nearly 80% of the once mighty alien armada vanished in the quantum conflagration. Hours later, as Earth Defense Forces secured the remaining alien vessels, a startling discovery was made. Many of the surviving ships contained subjugated species, races conquered and forced into service by the dominant members of the collective. With their oppressors destroyed and their control systems disabled, these beings welcomed contact with humanity. Admiral Zhou stood before the assembled crew of the Defiant, now safely returned to Earth. "Your captain's sacrifice saved not only Earth but potentially revealed a new path forward. The former slave species of the collective are seeking alliance, offering technologies and knowledge in exchange for protection." Commander Chen stepped forward. "Captain Rice wouldn't want us to just protect them. She would want us to help them liberate their homeworlds." Zhao nodded. "Indeed, and that is precisely what Earth Command has proposed. The UES Defiant II is already under construction, incorporating what we've learned from this encounter. Its mission will be to lead a joint human-alien liberation fleet." He surveyed the assembled crew. Captain Rice and Dr. Kagawa proved that humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our military might. It's our indomitable spirit and our refusal to submit to tyranny. They showed the galaxy that sometimes one ship, with the right people and the right cause, can change everything. In the darkness of space, where the quantum event had forever altered the fabric of reality, a small anomaly persisted, a pocket of displaced space-time that technically existed both everywhere and nowhere. Within this quantum bubble, the bridge of the Defiant remained intact, suspended in a moment between moments. Captain Maya Rice opened her eyes to the ethereal blue glow surrounding her. Dr. Kagawa stood nearby, examining the swirling quantum energies with scientific curiosity. "Did we succeed?" Maya asked. Kagawa smiled. "Yes, Captain. And in ways we never anticipated. We are not dead, merely displaced, existing in a state of quantum flux. Can we return? Perhaps someday. For now, we have become something new, observers at the edge of reality." The scientist gestured to the view screen, which somehow still functioned, showing events unfolding across time and space. "We have much to learn, and perhaps still much to contribute." Maya looked out at the universe from her unique vantage point, a universe now free from the threat of the collective, thanks to humanity's defiance and sacrifice. Whatever came next, she knew humanity would face it with the same courage and determination that had carried them through their darkest hour. One ship, One impossible victory. One future forever changed.